is there anything you don't want to talk about? Like you want me to like leave off topic or anything?
I don't want to talk about when I was poor.
Oh, you don't want to talk about when you were poor?
Yeah, but I didn't have nothing. That was it.
Why not?
Yeah, but from having nothing to be a doctor, it's
I think that's
amazing.
Probably the most important part.
Yeah.
But if
Inspiration.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I'm like, okay.
I was like, I want to hear about
You want to
this.
go that doctor? That's it.
Winning, nigga. Like, not here to talk about L's. Yo, let me drop this fucking intro. Yo, bro. Oh man. Oh shit. What's going on, my beautiful people? My back starting off a little discombobulated, tired in this motherfucker.
Super discombobulated.
So glad I brought my fan.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not gonna talk about how my day was. Or anything. I'm gonna just jump right into it. You know who we got on deck? My brother, my main man, Trey Drizzle.
What's going on? What's happening? What's popping, my peoples?
Woo. Yo, my man, you walked in today with a swag of $2 trillion.
That was only right, though, man.
Yo, the tigre entró.
Oh my God.
Like he gave me a pound. He gave me a pound and a hug. Like I was a fucking ongoing like fan or some shit. He's like, "What up, man?"
It's been a good week.
It's been a good week. There you go. It's been a good week. It's been a good week. And it's July 4th weekend. Do we say weekend even though I gotta go to work on Monday?
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
That sucks.
I'm only off on
Tuesday?
July 4th.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's weird.
So it's not really a July 4th weekend.
No, but I mean,
Not
for
technically.
everybody that fucking left the city, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Niggas out.
Yeah.
Like everybody just bounced.
Feeling good. Ready to get into it. We already into it 30 minutes in.
And that other lovely voice that you're hearing is the honorable, lovely Lady Age.
Happy to be here.
Yo,
I fan myself.
you look mad cool with the fan.
Yeah.
I feel cool.
Yeah, no.
Like in both senses.
You should. I see what you did there.
Just caught it.
Yeah.
I know. I was
Just
waiting
caught
for
it.
someone to catch it.
Yeah, no, I just caught it.
It almost went over my head.
Yeah, the
almost.
ball
And I
like
was.
fell past you.
Yeah. Fuck.
Nice one.
So-
Nice one.
You know, but it's because I'm such a huge fan of you.
I like it.
That's like almost Bob Burger level.
I'm part of the fan base.
That was good too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh man. Yo, today we'll be, even though this show is called Just Words, nobody cares.
All we care about is words.
All we care about apparently is words. And today we got a special guest, so much so that like, we getting like professional people up in this motherfucker. Like, people
I
that
mean,
are-
I thought that was the case. No,
Yeah.
why are you surprised?
I don't know,
Shit.
but like, no, it keeps, the guest level keeps getting better.
It's always been great.
Absolutely.
It's always been great.
Shout out to all the guests.
Shout out to all the guests.
I have a
We
been
love
here.
y'all.
Yo,
absolutely.
it's been like nice because, but today's guest like sent me their resume. They were like,
Oh,
look
wow.
at
See,
all the
that's
accolades.
That's a first.
I was like, oh shit.
First.
Should we ask the
looked.
resume for future guests?
I think I'm a. I briefly looked at it because that shit was looking mad hefty.
Oh, shit.
How many pages is your resume?
It was just like mad words.
Well, somebody was advising me on how to create a resume in a job fair that we did in one of the colleges that I work in, San Paulo School of Nursing. We did a job fair for the students, right? They are nursing students, but there are some job positions that still don't need the nursing degree. And also for catching those students that are getting graduated soon in those hospitals that they need nurses, we did that job fair. Somebody told me, you have like a 5 pages resume. That's not what you should do. You need to put everything in 1 page
Right.
because
Yeah.
nobody's going to
Yeah.
check all that.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, but I didn't change anything. Like it's too much work.
it says it was a lot of work. Really.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Our special guest on deck today, Eric Diaz.
Thank you for the invitation, Ray.
My brother, thank you for wanting to join. And yo, shout out to you, my man. la serenata that you gave us before.
great.
Yo, I was not expecting it, and it was quite
delightful.
refreshing.
Yeah. That is a requirement for guests.
Yo.
From here on out, you have to
I want talent show 101.
You should do it here. You should do
Yo,
it.
Yeah,
It'll be great.
do a little like
That'll
a
be
tiny
great.
desk option, but
Coño.
we'll call it escritorio
tiny.
chiquito.
So that was because, as I was telling you before, I was looking for something like a scholarship to help a little bit in the situation of my house, right? Because when you're in med school, you don't have a chance to work. It's just med school. That's it.
I'm tired of having doctors giving me a frappuccino or some shit. No, like when you go to Starbucks and motherfuckers are studying for like medicine, and you talk to the person and it's like, yeah, I'm a doctor, and I'm like, ¿cómo?
Wait, you're talking about the baristas?
Yeah, the baristas.
Oh,
My bad.
God.
Damn.
So,
Shout out to Rolly.
so in that case, I told you I went to the basketball team in the school in the university in Pucamaima in Santiago, and in one day they just dropped me from the team. Like they were so good,
They were like,
I was so
nah,
bad, right?
You're not getting a free ride from us.
As an athlete, right? I was better as a fan, right? So in that case, I had a very good friend that I told you also that he taught me how to play the guitar a little bit. His name is Georgie, a very good friend.
Shout out to Georgie.
Dear friend from the school, from even Boy Scouts, and even from the same community. Very good friend, like a brother. And he taught me a little bit about playing guitar, but just a little bit. And maybe I just knew like one song, right? In the guitar, that was it. But there was an opportunity in the school of like a music band of the school that was all about like Spaniard culture, like from Spain, culture from Spain. The style of music was called like something like La Tuna, or it was some flamenco stuff from Spain, right? So with a lot of guitars, a lot of voices, like a chorus, right, of people.
In the Dominican Republic, people want to learn Spaniard shit.
No, it's just like the school had that tradition, right?
Yeah.
They were able to build this style of a group of music, and we thought, my friend and I, hey, let's go there. Maybe we can get a scholarship there. But I only knew one song with the guitar. But he knew a lot. He was very good at it. He had a good professor and all that stuff. But we went there. We went to the rehearse, and like we saw what they were doing. Very beautiful group, a lot of voices, something beautiful, really. If you like music,
Una maravilla.
like Arcángel, right? So at the end of the rehearse of the group, they told like the new people, like, would you like to get in? So we need to do like a test with you, right? So let's play a song, let's sing a song to see what you know and see if we are interested in you, right? So my friend played, and they say, okay, you can come and continue coming, practicing, and let's see what we do with you, right? He was good.
Offering shit like
Yeah.
that.
He was good. No, at least he could continue coming like to the rehearsals to see what if he can join later, right? And to me, I played the only song that I knew and sing it. And if they asked me anything extra, that was it, because I didn't know nothing else. So I did it. They said the same, like, continue coming and let's see what we do with you. But I didn't know really how to sing, how to play, really. And I spent 8 months going to the rehearsals, like helping them carrying all the instruments, all the tambora, guira, and guitarras and all that stuff. And rehearsing, learning more guitar, learning more singing.
Wow.
After 8 months, they gave me the scholarship. They
Oh,
told me,
wow.
okay,
Shout out to you.
you're gonna
bro.
come, you're gonna have the scholarship, just the same thing. Come 3 times a week to rehearse. We have maybe 1 presentation a month, and that was it. And that was a big part of like for me being able to go to the top medical school in Dominican Republic, and also being able to afford that. So that was great for me. That was kind of the beginning of learning that when you have a goal, like, you need to find a way to get to that goal.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's
Nothing is
great.
given.
You went to basketball. You fucking said I can't do basketball. I'm gonna grab the tamboras and the huiras for 8
great.
months.
No, I think that's a great trade-off because then
Hell
you came
yeah.
away with a skill.
That's true too. That's right.
You walked away with a
Fuck,
skill
dedication
set.
turned determination.
Right?
I'm not going to
That's
lie.
pretty nice.
I had no idea that's where the story was gonna go, and I'm pretty fucking mind blown. It said, "Yo, I am going to get this fucking scholarship no matter what.
One way or the other.
Fuck going to get a regular job. Scholarship is a route. I'm gonna tell
That's
these motherfuckers
crazy.
I know how to play flamenco. I'm gonna play this one Red Hot Chili Pepper song that I know.
Don't ask me anything else.
Y'all need more. It looks to me like y'all need more of a backstage crew type of person.
I could carry some shit.
I can help you out with that.
Yeah, good shit. That's amazing to achieve.
Yeah,
That's
that's
that is
awesome.
true. You pursue
Shout out.
something and you figure out the way to get that.
Yo, my man, that's some
right.
serious navigating skills. Porque mira, cualquiera
Right?
dice,
That's a
fuck
good
this
thing.
Yeah,
noise.
exactly. No, that's commendable.
No.
Did you woo your wife with your guitar skills?
Of course.
¿Cuántas canciones tú le has
Le
tocado?
dices una serenata.
That's something that helps a lot.
Really?
That department, yeah.
No.
And
very
you got a
helpful.
wife out of it.
Yo,
Like,
shout
And
out
you
to
gotta
you,
Yeah.
Shout out to
brother.
the guitar playing.
that's amazing.
Shit.
I'm gonna have to step my motherfucking game
Word
up.
up. I know.
Yes, take notes.
Like literally, I was like, huh. I haven't dropped a serenata ever.
Did the scholarship pay for the whole school? For the whole medical
Let's say
school?
an 80%, and that was a
Yeah,
lot.
that's
Sweet.
good.
That
For
was
the top
really
That's
school.
enough. Yeah, that's good.
What type of medicine again?
General medicine,
General
like
medicine.
primary care.
Oh, nice,
Yep.
nice.
So if somebody's dying, you can give them CPR. I'm just fucking with you.
A little bit more than that, Roger.
I hope so. Drink eight
little bit more than
glasses
that.
of water a day.
And now in New York, I am a professor of one thing is CPR, but
Oh, shit, look, I got it.
some other like the careers that I teach right now are nursing, medical assisting, phlebotomy, EKG technician, and in those careers, the classes that I teach go from human biology, anatomy and physiology, microbiology, law and ethics,
arrange
pharmacology,
Coño, but that's like a lot.
pathophysiology,
It's a lot of subjects.
and all that stuff like CPR, basic life support,
Wow.
medical terminology, everything that is in the medical field. And it's amazing because I have a big body of work from Dominican Republic, 7 years working in all the medical offices and hospitals in Santiago, Dominican Republic.
How long you been teaching in the States, or how long you been in the States?
Teaching full time, I have something like 4 years
Oh,
already.
shit. Damn, so
I have worked for
at 36, you were teaching.
yeah at
Shit.
36.
I need to fucking figure out my life, yo.
But when I came to the United States in 2017, that was like 7 years ago, right? Or six years ago, almost 7, right? When I came to this country,
You came at what, 33 then?
33.
Holy
33,
fuck.
and as everybody, when you come to the States, like everybody says, your degree is not valid here.
That's what I was about to ask.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you need to figure out what to do or how to get into your career, but there is a process for that. And I did whatever other people did after having 7 years working in Dominican Republic as a medical doctor in general medicine, in hospitals, clinics, even in an ambulance company 1 year. A lot of good stories in the ambulance world, very fast paced, a lot of adrenaline.
Especially in DR, man. People don't know how to drive. Fuck.
I know.
Yo, it's how
no
I know
rules
it
over
is
there.
scary to drive out there.
It's like a
rules
cops
over
show
there.
from the 90s.
Yeah, that's what I could imagine.
So when I came to the States in 2017, I did all the jobs that people do regularly when they are just come here. When you're in the process of
You didn't try to be a
legalizing
basketball player
yourself
again?
and stuff like that,
Hell no.
it was impossible, man.
Yeah. I just gotta
I
get your
left
feet
that
on the
dream
ground.
besides a long time ago. So I was washing dishes in a French restaurant in Yonkers, nearby where I was living, and bartending and waitressing, valet parking, even dog walking.
Shit.
Everything.
That must have
Even
been a
though-
shock to you from a doctor to.
And
That speaks to ambition.
Well, you have heard so many stories similar when people is when a person is an immigrant, right? So many things that you go through. So it wasn't really new to me. Like I was in my brain, I had this understanding that there is a process. Like you need to do the line to be able to get where you want to be, right?
Oh, that's a
So I took it like in the best way possible. But I found a few people that gave me opportunities and mentored me that I really appreciate. The first one was Dr. Ana Olivero. She has 2 clinics. The name of the clinics are Ola Pediatrics. They are located in Riverdale and in other part of the Bronx. And she's a very well-known pediatrician in New York. She works for Columbia and different stuff. So she gave me the opportunity to work as a medical assistant in her office in Riverdale. And I learned so much. Even if I went in Dominican I did 1 year in Dominican of the pediatrics residency. It's like the training for becoming a pediatrician. But I left that behind and came to the United States for many reasons. And with her, I learned everything about immunization, vaccinations for children in New York. And that was great because that's an important like topic. And even after with the pandemic, vaccination became like the biggest topic in the world, really.
Right.
So before that, I was already becoming like an expert in vaccines in New York. So that to me that was great. Like to learn
The
all
timing,
the timing of every vaccine. The first vaccine that you give to a kid is to a newborn is at the time of being born in the hospital. The hepatitis B vaccine. Then in every visit for the well baby, it's like checking up the growth and development of the baby at 1 week of being born, 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and so on. In each of those visits, or in some of those visits, you need to provide also the immunization. Like sometimes it's like 5 shots of vaccines, including vaccines like hepatitis B, hepatitis A, polio, varicella, DTaP for diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis disease.
Flu shot too?
Pneumovac. The flu shot starts at 6 months, and you give 2 shots in 6 months and 1 year. After that, it's only yearly. One shot, but so many parents, they don't want to give the flu shot.
I remember Jenny McCarthy and Jim Carrey. They had like a big anti-immunization thing for children because
Jim Carrey was a part of it.
Yeah, because if I recall correctly,
I remember Jenny McCarthy leading that.
I think that was his wife. I might be wrong, but they had a big thing, and because they were linking it to autism at the time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there was a research project made on the effect of the MMR vaccine, measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, that was linking that vaccine to autism. That was more than 10 years ago or 15 years ago. That project was made, that research.
And was that true?
And they found out that they play with the numbers in that project. So it wasn't the people that made the research.
So we can't trust the niggas making the research.
It was not legit. Wait, that's the word, right?
Who was making the research? The researchers that were funded to find the link between these vaccines and autism?
the researchers that were doing the project on finding out the linking of the vaccine with autism, they found out, because they do in every research, they are like there is regulations, protocols that you need to follow, organizations that follow the authenticity of the participants that you get for the project, like the patients, where you test anything like a new medication or you do a survey, the consents that those patients sign a consent, knowing whatever was going on in the project and being aware of the side effects or anything else. that is involved in the project.
So did they like purposely fuck with the numbers to continue getting more funding and validate their to continue further validating their research?
Sometimes people want to prove a point, and they play with numbers just to prove a point. That's what happened really.
So
they discard that project. So that wasn't a true project and true results to follow up and to share with the whole war about that discovery that they were trying to do, right?
So to your question, who does oversee that or double check their work?
There is an institution called the RIB that is the one that like supervise all the research projects, and in every country you have different protocols. RIB.
What does it stand
IRB.
for?
IRB. For example, I was doing a research project in Columbia University in Presbyterian Hospital. We were testing in the epidemiology department. We were testing a new drug, a new medication for helping old people, let's say from more than 65 years old, to improve their muscle mass and strength.
My mom
and we were testing this new medication made of a natural plant from East Europe called Stemacantha cartamoides or Marral Ruth, and we had something like 400 participants from the communities in New York, like our people from Washington Heights, from Brooklyn, from the Bronx, and well, that project was very difficult because the pandemic came and they shut down all the research projects in Columbia, so in every university and in every hospital. But in that project, I was able to witness how you deal with research projects in United States, in New York, and how the IRB send auditors to check that all the patients are legit, like are real people, that they are really taking the medication, that they are really, so legitimizing the job that you're doing, right? And it's like the scientific method. You have an idea, you test on that idea, and then you prove your point, and there is a group of scientific community that they say, okay, this point that these people are making is valid, and let's do more testing, and then it becomes a theory, right? And something that can be used in the whole war as a reference. And
not that I want to dwell on it, but because I never knew these checks and balances to get any type of drug passed, But when the pandemic hit, the vaccination went under emergency. I forgot the exact name, but the emergency, meaning it didn't have to go through all those checks. Yeah. And I know, like with the Johnson & Johnson, and they started like linking blood clots to
people died off the Johnson & Johnson. A couple of people died as a vaccine.
Yeah,
right?
there was like 5 cases.
Only 5?
Female,
because they made it seem like it was a lot.
No, that's a lot. Like,
that's a lot.
If from 100,000, 5 died, that's important,
Right.
because it's something that is scales, right?
And then they stopped the Johnson & Johnson, if I remember.
I think they still
stopped it, but I'm not sure if they brought it back, right?
That's the one I have.
I have Moderna.
Yeah, that's what I had too, the Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, I was scared. Yeah, I was scared.
No.
I was scared.
You were scared?
I was scared, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Shit, as a doctor too?
I know, right?
I know.
Everything was so sudden during the pandemic. Everybody forgot about the pandemic, I think, right now, right?
I think so too.
Wait, we had a pandemic?
The pandemic was in 2020, right?
Yo.
What did you do in the pandemic?
That was great.
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. We went kayaking.
Yeah, we were
camping.
in the great outdoors. We were biking
in the pandemic?
Yeah. Because I was like, yo, they were telling people stay 6 feet away. I'm in the fucking hood.
Oh, well, we went
Niggas
out.
was smoking hookah in the corner.
There was no pandemic up here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed.
Everybody had to work.
Exactly.
All the
That's
delivery
true.
people,
Yeah, you're right.
all the like everybody lives up here is working. The bodega guy, the supermarkets, everybody is working.
They
Everybody
couldn't afford a pandemic.
They can't. You can't stop. You're not making. You're not gonna pay your rent. You're not gonna not pay your rent. You're gonna get evicted. People had to work.
Yeah.
So staying up here and thinking of the 6 feet separation, and that's what they suggested. But really, what they wanted was 10 feet. But they knew they couldn't get it. And so I was like, yo, we really want to be away. Let's go.
Gotta go.
let's go camping. Let's go fucking kayaking
took
where
it
there's
Airbnbs
nobody.
before Airbnbs got really bad, so it was
Yeah,
great.
I
We
mean,
had
I
a good
loved
time.
it. I'm not gonna lie.
We biked the city. That was
We
the
were
first
biking the
time I
city,
biked the city, and it was
And
amazing.
it was nobody.
Nobody.
We
in the
went to
street.
Times Square, and there was
It
no
looked
one.
like a movie, right?
Yo, it was
Yeah.
surreal.
It
Like
was.
the Will Smith movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I remember
oh,
telling
the-
you, like, we're never going to see this again.
I
in
Am
our
Legend.
lifetime.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
It looked like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was wild because there was nothing but
It was
cops down
eerie.
there.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was,
It was
very
interesting.
wild. And like no stores were open down there.
I took
Nothing.
the train from Yonkers to. I was taking the train from Yonkers to the city, and it was a full car by myself.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's
Because
just
I didn't stop working either. I had like something like maybe like 3 jobs maybe,
El Diablo.
Wow.
and I was doing everything. I remember.
This is still like dishwasher era type shit.
No. At that time, like that phase just lasts maybe a few months.
Oh, okay. I'm
So
glad.
I went to work as medical assistant with Dr. Olivero.
Oh, okay.
I became medical assistant then from a few different doctors, from internal medicine, what else? In a vein clinic, with a psychiatrist, and then I was able to work in a company that was very big during the pandemic. That is Somos Community Care of Dr. Ramon Talach. They were very big. They have a network of 3,000 doctors all over New York.
Holy shit.
Damn.
And
All Latino?
no, they have
Because-
their Chinese like
Really?
side, and
I
they
mean-
are diverse, right? But the head is a Dominican doctor. So
Huh.
in the pandemic, they were very big doing COVID-19 vaccination and testing. Testing in the schools, testing in the streets, and vaccination in all the points, like Yankee Stadium or anything
shit.
in the Bronx. So I was working with them even before the pandemic. I was a community health worker with them, giving support to the medical offices they had with all those doctors. So to follow up that all their patients were able, that is something that is called something like patient center healthcare, that is being implemented in New York. That is like, okay, you treat the patient, you give the patient a prescription, you give the patient some labs to do, but the patient forgot about it and didn't do nothing. So there is a need of follow up on all that. So that's what we were doing, like following up, calling the patients. Remember, you have your physical annual appointment is coming, right? Or did you do the labs that were ordered? You need to follow up on that. Or did you like look for, or you got the meds in the pharmacy, or do you need a refill? So all that follow up is something that in New York was lacking, because a lot of medical visits, but nothing was happening. A lot of diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, cancer, and that is something that is pushing healthcare further than before, maybe decades ago. So we were working on that in Somos. I worked for the Jewish Board for Family and Children Services for a few years, giving support to children with disadvantages, like
Jewish board?
the Jewish Board for Family and Children Services is one of the biggest nonprofit in New York. They have 60
Really?
programs all over New York. The one that I was working in the East Village, they had something like 30 kids with a lot of lack of resources, right? A lot of things going on in their lives, and they needed social workers,
Aren't
psychology, food,
That's
shelter.
crazy.
Is that open to anyone or just the Jewish community?
No, it's open to anyone that needs,
Okay, that
right?
needs support.
I'm about to say,
Okay.
because aren't
They are
Jewish
kind of the
people-
creators
Got
of
it.
that,
They administer
the
it and all
founders, right?
Aren't Jewish people like anti-vaccinations too? I mean, because in
I'm not
Brooklyn,
so-
Ones, no? The Orthodox
the
ones?
Orthodox one,
The ultra-Orthodox?
like they had measles or some shit like pop up.
There are many things that culture and religion, and also maybe the country that you're from, like it can become a thing in healthcare, because some people or some religions, they don't accept a blood transfusion. They don't accept organ transplantation. So that those are things that in healthcare you need to be aware of. You need to like really talk about, have conversations with the patients, be aware of those things, and always sign a consent, so to see if they really want to do something or they are against something, right?
So a lot of people in religion are not organ donors. I'm organ donor.
What the fuck, man? I thought they were supposed to like love and live and give life.
Yeah, but I think you gotta go with everything. You gotta go with everything you got.
Yo, se jodió.
Yeah, I think a lot of
that's
people,
crazy.
Yeah,
Like, you know, I've never, even with my cousin, he's a doctor, and fucking guy's best advice is like, yo, if something's wrong with you, just drink 8 glasses of water. Yeah. Like, no sirve.
Shout out to Rolly.
It's just like, so what the fuck? Am I gonna get $100,000 bill for that fucking bit of information? but the way you're describing it and breaking down the checks and balances and just the whole approach of the follow-up aspect to patient care relationships, there's a lot, man, because I had a friend of mine that came on the show last year, as a matter of
Leo,
fact.
right?
Yeah, and he
I didn't mean to
No,
put
no.
his identity out
It's
there.
all, no, but he's on the show. Yeah. And he discussed the gaslighting within the his experience with medical gaslighting, meaning because if he would go in for what he thought was a back pain problem, and they'll be like, oh no, you're okay, and walk away, and next thing you know, the dude has like kidney stones because he generates too much some shit, like they just form in his body if he eats something, and they just like pop up, but like big kidney stones, and nobody was screening or checking for any of that stuff. And I was like, coño, bro. So now he's trying to, and he thinks because he's done a lot of like sports, and he thinks he has like concussions or some sort of mental health shit, and he's like, yo, nobody wants to run any tests on me. And I'm like, coño, como que they don't want to run tests on you? He's like, yo, I go to the hospital and they're like, no, if it's not covered, if it's this or that. And I'm like, huh.
Damn.
So, you know, there's a wide range of experiences that, because hearing you talk about elderly person that, you know, you don't want them to wither away, and you're trying to figure out a drug that can develop more bone density or muscle mass, and like that's pretty fucking, you know, I never thought of personally. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, now when I get old, am I gonna be able to walk?
Well, no, my mom's going through that. She's losing muscle mass. So I'd love to find out more.
Did you guys get to finish the research after
we
the pandemic?
finished.
Or how
We were
that
able
worked?
to finish. The medication, I think, was approved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the medication is called Bio 101. And
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of information in the web.
It's a pretty simple name.
The muscle,
Yeah.
muscle thing.
Muscle mass and strength. Bio 101.
Bio
From the
101.
lab. It's a lab from Paris called Biofides. That's the lab.
Nice. Also, y'all got
okay.
nice. We got approved.
That's great. How does one get access to it?
Oh, just
Ask the doctor.
take a
You
look.
can just buy it, or
You can. It's always better to ask your doctor, right?
Yeah.
Before taking anything.
what is
And
it?
more if you have
Bio-
conditions, right? Like high blood pressure, diabetes, and stuff like that.
How come? I was watching the show Dope Sick, and one of the things that they were talking about is international restrictions. How in Germany and in France, whoever oversees, like, you know, here I think we have the FDA, and over there they have like whatever version of the FDA, and they're much stricter than what the U.S. is. You being in the medical field and the industry, have you seen a direct correlation between big pharma wanting to push drugs just for sales rather than actual health and performance, and also the government just being a bit more flexible than overseas and all that kind of stuff? Like, have you firsthand experienced that?
Well, the only thing that I can tell you about this is that in United States, there are big regulations for everything. They are very strict. And in Latin America, for example, where I come from, sometimes there is more flexibility, more like irregular stuff going on. So I think in United States, they try to implement like follow-up with all the protocols, all the things, you know. I think that's something positive about United States, that you could say, okay, I'm missing my culture from my country, but in United States, you have more organization, you have more rules. Rules always can be broken, but if somebody is enforcing those rules, then you have someone that is trying to make things happen the right way. Sometimes in our countries, you have the rules, but nobody enforce the rules.
Right.
So I think that's something positive on being in this land, on being in New York. So much diversity, so much things to do, and so much rules that are enforced, and that makes a society a little bit more organized than in other parts. That's my point of view.
Got it.
Yeah.
That was very well put.
Shout out to New York. Yeah. It's true. I mean, that's why I still believe in this country. Because, I mean, there's a lot to work on in this country. However, compared to, like, the hot mess in the world.
No. Ta vaina ta duro.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid growing up, I would always, in yellow cabs predominantly. There were a lot of, growing up, I don't know if it's still a real case because I use Uber all the time. But but in yellow cabs, there was a lot of Indian culture. That's why I say Asia. Because I'm trying to attribute India to Asia. But there's a lot of, like, Indians. And they, a lot of them would share. Like, if you get into a casual conversation, I'm a fucking surgeon in India. Yeah. And I'm like, ¿Cómo? And I was just like, so as a kid, I never processed the ideology of, how you could be a fucking surgeon somewhere else and then come here and be a fucking cab driver. And hearing you break it down, I was like, oh, okay. Number one, I'm glad that you were able to navigate, and it's like
quickly too.
And I'm still navigating. But right now, from 3 years ago or 4, I was able to enter in the education field in college for medical nursing careers, and that have been a game changer for me. I got a license for teaching in private schools or in college, right? And I'm teaching in 5 universities in the medical field, like nursing, medical assisting, phlebotomy, EKG, in classes where you have an audience of 30, 40 students.
Oh, it's a big class.
Like for being Dominican, I feel proud of having this opportunity. In this country, you have opportunities. Having this opportunity and having in front of me so many students, like 30, 40 students. I teach sometimes in one semester, let's say 10 different classes for 5 different schools.
So you're teaching like 400 or 500 people, or 300, 400.
Let's say something like 150 people. I teach something like that.
I got 300 though.
In one.
I thought you said 10 classes. I'm thinking
that's what happened in the elections in the Dominican Republic, right? Sometimes. So I feel really privileged, and I feel it's a great responsibility. I am passing all the experience and knowledge that I have and preparation that I have. And I feel that I thank all these people that have gave me opportunities, all my mentors. I want to say thanks to Dr. Hector Reyes from HDR Healthcare Network. He's the owner of 3 clinics. One close by that is the urgent care of 181st and Audubon, UCC 181st or 181, right? Another clinic in Boston Road, and another one in Morris Park. And the support that this person have gave me is unparalleled. Like I will say, my parents, it's like a father for me. I started a segment of a TV show about healthcare, community, and serious stuff. A little bit boring stuff. I love what you do, guys. I really love what you do. But I know sometimes you gotta stick on what you know, and I wanted to give that information that I was getting because I was moving around. I wanted to share that to the community. All that you hear that I have been doing, I wanted to share that. So this medical group has supported me so much in that project of TV segments or podcasts or YouTube channel or even workshops, conferences. So that have been really great. But about the teaching thing, I was saying it was a big responsibility, but also a great opportunity. And is something that I really love. It's something like
so it's more
taking care of patients and teaching are things that you could say you don't have to pay me for that, because it's something that if you love that, if you have the compassion to help people, it's something that you will do even for free.
Wow,
but the paycheck helps.
Yeah, it pays the bills.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, so my point, what I was trying to make with the Indian brothers, and as a kid, and now that I have you in front of me to ask this genuine question is, you know, what separates? Do you not feel that if you would have stayed in DR as a doctor, you would have advanced further or just as much as you're advancing in New York?
Well, that's a great question. I will say that they are people that get opportunities in Dominican Republic, and they do very well. I did my best effort in Dominican, but I found some limitations, like some roof of when I wanted to get. And here in New York, I have found, like, when some people were telling me, for example, I was doing the pediatrics residency in Santo Domingo, in the capital. Some people were telling me, no, you're not good for that. You should, like, or quit, or like, we don't want you here, or stuff like that.
No fucking moral support.
Keep trying.
No, like
no notes.
There is a lot of competition, a lot of
fucking haters, yo.
No, there is a lot of competition. There is a lot of, like, people monopolize careers, you know,
right.
And here now, I have found in the present time 5 universities that have gave me the responsibility of teaching 150 students. I have 10 classes in my hands, and that is something that maybe in Santo Domingo they were not giving me that chance, right? That possibility, and here they are giving me this big thing, and that's the difference. I think that sometimes if you don't find the opportunity in your country, because it's a small country, because things are monopolized, because careers are monopolized, because the government is corrupt, then if you immigrate and you find a place like New York where they give you a big opportunity, then there is a big difference between one place and the other. Like in Dominican, maybe you have the opportunities are limited for a certain group.
Right.
In New York, I'm not part of any group. Well, I'm part of the Dominican community that immigrates to New York. I know I'm part of that big group, right? But anyway, I am having the opportunity, and I'm glad. I'm thankful, and I feel very, like, for me, it's a great responsibility what they have done. Like, take the risk. Okay, let's give this immigrant Dominican the responsibility of teaching this important career that is the top career right now. Nursing is the top career right now. Why? Because there is so much need of nurses after the pandemic. It became a great deal. Like, we're lacking of personnel. We cannot take care of the people.
Yeah.
So when you're teaching in a big school like St. Paul School of Nursing, and in other schools like Royal Learning Institute, New Age Training, Technical Institute of America, and Virginia University for Integrative Medicine, when you have that body of work, like when you present that to the people that in Santo Domingo told me, okay, you are a good person, but you're not the best for this.
And
right?
these are the schools that you teach at. These are the schools that you teach at, the ones that you just named?
I teach in those 5 schools in the present.
Crazy.
So you can leverage all that experience and go back and get the position you would want in DR.
Or they'll still be like, nah, you quit.
This is not for you.
I never think on going back, or I always think on going forward. Like, I have more goals. Like, I haven't reached my roof yet.
Look at you.
What is your goal?
Well, I would like to mention something to you that happened to me when I was in 5th grade.
El people.
Took it back.
The professor, Altagracia Hill.
Damn.
She she made a dynamic in the class, like write in a piece of paper whatever you want to do when you become an adult, the career that you want to do. Everybody wrote firefighter,
baseball player. They had to be
baseball player or
cop,
police, doctor, whatever it is, lawyer, right? And I wrote my thing that I wanted to be, and I passed it to her, and she just told me, like, she read it and she said, that's gonna take a lot of effort. That's gonna be a great responsibility.
And what was that?
President.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Holy shit! I did not expect president.
No, it's something very big for a kid.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something more fun. Like right now I'm hating politics, so I don't think I'm gonna go that path. Right? You change. Yeah. While you're like growing, right, and advancing in life. Well, I forgot what I was gonna tell you. It was something funny. I remember. I remember. Well, I love comedy. I know about a lot about comedy, also. So I remember that my parents took me to the pediatrician because I was feeling something bad, and they were in the room with me. And the pediatrician asked, like, why you come here? Like, what do you feel? Maybe I was 8 years old.
Yo, but people, I feel like there's no finesse to the way people deliver shit. ¿Y qué es lo que tú haces aquí?
What are you doing here?
No, like what I'm trying to say. Well, the finesse, I'm lacking finesse because of the translating stuff, Spanish to English, right? I'm always lack of the would you please? Give me that stuff. Yeah. So. He asked me, like, what are the symptoms, right, or whatever it is, and I was 7 years old, and I said, I'm feeling stress.
El diablo.
Seven. You want to become president? Exactly. That's why he's feeling stressed.
Sounds great.
Stressful job. You picked a stressful job. Of course, stress at 7.
I don't think I've used the word stress ever in my life.
They all laugh in the room like.
I don't think I knew the word stress until like now.
So I think I heard the word in a TV show, and I had that in my brain, and I wanted to say it. I wanted to find a place where I could say that, and that was the best.
Yeah.
So your build up to comedy was, let me fake being sick so I could walk into this doctor's office at 7 years old and tell him I'm stressed. El diablo.
Well, he made everybody laugh in the room, so yeah.
Talk about a joke delivery. Holy shit, man. Yo.
What did the doctor prescribe?
What did the doctor say?
No, they just laugh.
Oh, and no te dieron nada.
Lollipop.
Here you go.
They say laughter cures all.
Everybody laugh.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Damn.
My brother Dre Drizzo. This has been a very interesting and dynamic,
to say the least,
a very dynamic episode.
Absolutely.
What would be your last call for words, brother?
You got an impressive story, my brother. From just your goal chasing was amazing, and doing what you needed to do. Yeah, I'm burnt out. I laughed a lot, so I appreciate your story, my brother. Thank you so much, and it was a great story.
Thank you for dropping that. Not even one fucking bomb, but I'm gonna give you the bomb.
Pity bomb.
It was a pity bomb.
I take the pity bomb.
My man Eric, dude, yo, I didn't know where this conversation was gonna go, and definitely took a lot of turns. Your resiliency is fucking, I would say, very impressive. Like, so, huge shout outs to you, man, because I had no idea you just like came into this country. Like, yo, legit. And my man went from washing dishes to a doctor here.
To a professor.
To a professor. Yo, it's
10
just
classes.
10 classes. 300 people.
Now I see why you sent me the fucking resume.
It's impressive.
What are your last call for words, brother?
Well, I just want to say that I feel very privileged of being here. I feel that you are like true people, that you speak the truth, that you like express what is happening in the present, that you are not like like a mask, like you're not faking your style and your personalities. That's something that I really appreciate, because nowadays or always you find people that are trying to show something that they are not, and to find real people like inviting you to their home, to their studio. I'm a really great fan of you, Ron. Everything that you bring, like your business. There are so many things that even if I don't look like, that I love, that I have in common with you, like the love for comics, the love for comedy, the love for media. So I hope that we can share a little bit more in the professional, like facet, but also like I hope that we can still hang out together.
Nigga, I'm about to be your soulmate. I appreciate you, brother. Nah, thank you. Of course, we gonna rock. Yo,
I gotta talk to you. Yo, I gotta match that.
The honorable, lovely Lady H. I love this little top, man. You got mad color going on. You look gorgeous.
Thank you, Rainbow. I love Rainbow. It's funny because I was just thinking today, I was like steaming some other pants I was gonna wear. This is trivial, but like I'm a costume designer and I like purchasing nice clothes when I can. And then I go to the other extreme and I buy something at Rainbow for like $2.
Yeah,
gotta switch it up.
That's my only range.
You gotta switch it up.
Anyway,
shout out to the one-day dresses.
For real. I really love being on this show, and the reason why is because each guest brings something that I am reminded of, I am inspired by, that I learn from. And with you today, I have 3 things, Eric, that I am reinvigorated with. The first one is the American dream, your story. And that is something that I think will never die for me, and that keeps me believing in this country despite the pitfalls, despite the majority Republican Supreme Court that we have that struck down a lot of progress that we've made. The second thing is the teaching. I teach now. I'm coming across separate obstacles from teaching that are part of the academic world, and those have discouraged me from continuing in teaching. I love the teaching, but not enough to deal with the bullshit. I will revisit it at some point in the future. The third thing is guitar. I want to pick up guitar.
Absolutely.
Yo, shout out to the guitar. We only have it for decoration. No,
it's on my list. Like, okay, all right, sit down and practice some chords for 5 minutes. Yeah. So I want to thank you for reminding me of those 3 things that I love. So
thanks to you guys, really.
Yeah.
And after Ron G's, can you take us out with a little serenade after your?
You know what happened to my friends in Dominican, like in the place that I'm from, Gurabo, right? There's one of them that was saying that, like, after they gave a serenade to their girlfriends, like that happened to some of them, to a few of them, that their relationship ended.
Oh.
So.
Oh shit.
You gotta be careful.
All right, cool.
Unappreciated bitches.
Nah, you're gonna take us out. You're gonna take us out because you married, right? You married? You said
yes,
you
I'm
married.
married.
Okay, cool. But you're gonna take us out.
Yes,
You're gonna serenade. You're gonna serenade. What is it? Serenade. Serenade all the girl viewers that are single.
Or male viewers. For me.
For me.
Oh, for him.
For me, yeah. For me, for all the single ones.
Yo, all the single ladies out there, I dedicate this song to
my
you.
man right here. So that's how we're gonna end this joint.
Yo,
take it out, babe. Take it out.
Yo, you know it is. It's wild because what you shared is something that it was similar to in my brain. Being on this show has given me like a newfound appreciation for people's stories and for people's experiences and just lives. Because, you know, specifically last night I was sharing with you, we don't know what everybody's going through in their mind. We don't, you know. And one of my relatives, his wife's mother has what is it?
Dementia or Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's and dementia. Oof. And so you know her brain is operating differently. or lack of operating or whatever. And we don't know what people are going through. And she's, I think, a relatively young woman. And I, you know, taking the moment to share and exchange and build relationships, energies, has given me a newfound appreciation for hope, for love, because we're surrounded by so much negative information. And I will say at some points I do lose sight of how beautiful the ideals of this country that's been built upon. There's a lot of wrong, but a lot of the ideals for people that can maximize them and get through as far as they can and get as far as they can, it is beautiful, man. You come in here and going through what you're going through and seeing your ceiling or experiencing your ceiling in DR and coming here and going a little further. You might not be president of the country, but you could be president of the school. You know what I'm saying? Like you've shared that whatever it is that you want, one all has to do is just navigate around to getting to their endpoint. Life is not a straight line, and you kind of realize and learn that the really fucking hard way. You can go to school, get the scholarship, work for the scholarship, and people can still tell you no, even after you've worked really hard and done everything you thought you were supposed to do. You go somewhere else and start all over again and be a dishwasher, a bartender, and all that. And now you're teaching. And you're teaching 150, 300 people, whatever they may be, man. Like, I don't know. I'm fucking up the numbers. But, you're teaching a lot of fucking people.
It's up there.
And in a field where there's a lot of responsibility. A lot. Taking care of people's lives, man, is no easy task. But it goes to show that if it's something you really want to pursue, if it's something you really want to do, you'll figure it out. Like you'll work around it. And I just think it's beautiful to learn and know, because for a long time I thought to myself, if I could be top dog in my country, why would I want to leave? But then you hear from people's stories that there's a lot of other powers at play, and other people don't make it easy. Other people don't enable. Other people don't help. A lot of people just build more fucking walls. But shout out to you, brother. You realize that you could just walk around the fucking wall. That's my ball. Somebody builds a wall, walk around that motherfucker.
Fly over, burrow over, walk around.
But do not stand there staring at this motherfucking wall.
Always a way. That's why the wall idea doesn't work at the border.
There will never work. And as cliche as it may sound, wherever there's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
And in this particular case,
you find your way.
Eric, my man, you found your way, and I thank you very much for sharing that. And we're gonna continue rocking. We're gonna continue building. Absolutely. My brother Dre, Eric, Lady H, love y'all, appreciate y'all. This is. Although I say it all the time now, this is just words. Nobody cares, but we fucking do care.
Putting it out there for the universe. We do care. We do.
I appreciate you. We out.
Thank you.
Great story, bro.
My man.
It's a fun little beat at the end.
That's our outro music.